wow, that's cool. That's cool. That's great. So now basically, what you mean by with smart BCH, someone can literally whatever that's possible on Ethereum, one can actually do that on smart BCH.
Exactly, yes. And you can,
Okay, okay.
and over here it doesn't cost you $120 in fees. So,
Yeah, yeah.
Ethereum, the fees just keep going up and up. So I remember, seeing the fees at $5, and I was like, "Oh, this is too much. I can't be paying $5." And then it went up to $20. Like, okay, you know what? This is the last straw. $20 is definitely the highest it's gonna be, and so I'm gonna look for alternatives. And later on, like months later, I tried moving some of my assets on the Ethereum chain. I went back thinking, okay, I'm gonna go pay the $20 in fees. No, 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 we're up to $120, and today, we're up to $150. It's crazy over there, and it's not accessible to everybody because not everybody has that kind of money to pay on fees.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so recently we have seen, massive growth in the smart BCH ecosystem. A lot of builds are happening, so far from the bridges. Right now we have a lot of dexes on the smart BCH, and then we have right now NFTs as well on smart BCH. So can you just give us an overview of the growth so far?
Yes, so Smart BCH started with only one DEX, the first one being Ben Swap, um, and after that we just kept getting a lot of new products growing onto the Smart BCH. So then afterwards we ended up getting Miss Swap, and then we ended up getting Tropical Finance, and One BCH, and Milk, and all these other dexes. So the competition is actually great, and it's very welcomed in the Smart BCH space because they end up helping each other grow and get better. We also have Tango Swap. I forgot about them. Um, so like Tango Swap released their aggregator yesterday, so you can use Tango Swap, and then it will take the liquidity from all the dexes and give you the best rates. So you just go straight through their Smart Swap, and you're able to trade any token at the best rate using the liquidity of every exchange on Smart BCH. So it's really cool. And the NFT space is very exciting in Smart BCH right now because we had Law be the first token to, or the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
project to release their NFTs with Law Punks, and they kind of set the bar. They set the bar very high because they released with staking right off the bat. So their Law Punks kind of led off with the ability to stake them and earn passive income by holding NFTs. And so every other NFT project on SmartBCH had to kind of meet that criteria. So now they had to release
Exactly.
staking, and then they have to be like, all right, I'm going to put something else on top of staking. So what else can I add on top of staking? So you ended up getting, La Punks, and you got, the tropical NFTs, and you have Queens now.
Yeah, yeah.
These all have
Recently,
staking.
I've seen the Reapers recently
And recently we had
release.
the Reapers. They came out last week, right? Josh Ellithorpe's project, and
Yeah.
he runs the Gray Hat node on Smart BCH. So he partnered with an artist, and he ended up releasing the Reapers, which are really cool looking. And so far, they're one of the highest quality NFTs on Smart BCH. Um, and the roadmap is still undefined, but he intends to like create a game for it later on. And as of right now, this is one of them that actually does not have staking in the roadmap yet, but that's likely to change in the future because the NFT space on Smart BCH is very competitive. So I still expect really good things from the Reapers, and I ended up getting a bunch myself, so they're really cool. I love the art, and I'm excited for them.
Yeah, so yeah, so before we get back to the NFTs part, I think what people really don't know is that okay, the APRs on smart BCH taxes are crazy because people don't
Yes.
even know about them. So can we like just give us a very brief examples of how does APR, how does yields and then farming on those dexes work actually?
Okay, great. So the APRs are pretty insane on Smart BCH. So I mean, if we take a look at one of the more popular dexes on SmartBCH, which is MistSwap, right? They currently offer pretty high APRs. You could find APRs like at a few 100% interest, and you could find at the low end like 40% interest on very safe pairs, like Flex USD BCH. And the way they work is that these dexes, they really need liquidity on their exchanges for them to work. So they need a large influx of users, right, to keep transacting on their exchange, and they'll make money off of the fees that people pay to transact on them. And the fees on SmartBCH are very low. They're only like a couple of pennies, right? So they need a large amount of users. But in order to be able to exchange on these dexes, you need to have liquidity first. So these farms, what they do is they incentivize people to put their money on these exchanges and add liquidity to the exchanges. And because SmartBCH is so new, right, you have to attract that liquidity somehow. And so they have these extremely high APRs, and it attracts tons of people to just put money, you add liquidity, and then you farm it. So, for instance, if you want to farm BCH and Mist, right, you would take your BCH and you would take your Mist and you would add it to liquidity on MistSwap, and then you would go to the farms, and then you would just put your LP tokens and start collecting the APR that is associated with Mist BCH. And that's it. You just start earning Mist passively every day. And, Tropical Finance is also another good example of this because they have really good APRs at the moment. And BlockNG is not actually a DEX, but they have DEX-like features and are probably releasing a DEX in the near future. And they have amazing APRs because their APRs are all almost above 200%. And a 200% APR, people don't realize this, is if you compound that every day you take out the profits and you put it right back into farming. 200% APR is 600% APY. You'll make 6x in the year as long as you take out the rewards and put it back into farming. It's crazy returns.
That's amazing. The concept is really amazing. So yeah, I think let's check out. But can we okay, this call is being recorded, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Can we just see some few examples of those platforms that we're talking about? Maybe is it the MistSwap or then the Tango swap? Anyone with the API so that our attendees can actually see what's happening and how it's been done.
All right. So you share my screen, you mean?
Yeah.
All right. Let me see if I can. Is there a share screen option on this?
Yeah. There's a share screen option. I think from your mic, then there's a camera, then the caption. So the next is present.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's show a couple of these.
Yeah, we can.
Are you able to see it?
See your screen now.
All right, so if you go to the farm section,
yeah.
All right, let's let these load. Are you able to see all this? Let me check.
Yeah, we are seeing the screen.
All right, so over here you can see the APRs for like a couple of pairs, right? There's these safe pairs. So this one offers like one of the lowest ones, right? But it's the Flex USD BCH pair. So this includes a stable coin in the pair, right? So you're taking $1 that doesn't move in price, very safe, and you're pairing it with BCH. That's also, relatively low moving, or it's what you're going to be holding anyway when you're on Smart BCH, right? So everyone who's on Smart BCH is going to have
Yeah.
some BCH, and you can farm that at 41%, and then you can farm the missed pair at 48%. And there are these other tokens down here, right? You can farm like Axie BCH 190%, DAO token 180%, right? You can farm Game at 320%. Um,
100%.
and this pair right here, right? Some people will love this
Flex.
pair. Flex USD and SBUSD is a
USD.
special pair because there's absolutely you're taking absolutely no risk in this pair because
No risk. Yeah.
you're pairing $1 with
Except
$1. You're
plus
pairing
$1.
two stable coins and you're farming it
Thanks.
at 78%. So
Exactly.
imagine just taking like $100,000 or something, right? And you're pairing it. You're not putting it into like a crypto. You're putting it into stable coins, and then now you're farming them at 78.57%, and that's still that's not even the accurate. That's the APR. The APY
Yeah.
is still higher than that because you're gonna take your missed profits and you can convert it back into
Yeah.
Flex USD and SBUSD. And every day, you take your profits and you keep throwing it back into the farm. You're making 100%. You're doubling your money. And then there's all these other pools. I love BPAD. BPAD's also a really great coin on Smart BCH. You can farm it 168%. And then there's newer stuff. I don't know. You can farm Smarts, but Smart's a reflection token, so it charges a tax. You have to really do your due diligence when you are doing anything on DeFi. And you can farm Law over here 158%. And
60%.
yeah, and there's just so many options. And this is just one DEX, right? So you can always compare a DEX with
Dexes.
another DEX. Yeah, so
I think right now in the whole crypto space, there is no, platform that offers this kind of, percentages.
in yeah, that's true. So um, right now, Smart BCH is so young that you have a lot of opportunity, and in having these high APRs, and this is not something that's going to stay forever. These high APRs are
Yeah.
meant to attract liquidity now. Now that we are in the beginning stages, early, um, and it's amazing the people who are taking advantage of it right now. They're doing so well, and as more users come in, it's okay if the APRs go down. Having more users come into the space simply means that
Yeah.
your tokens and everything that you're involved in, they're also going up, in price because you're having more people involved and using the same applications that you've been using this whole time. People who are buying these NFTs or law punks and they've been staking. New people come in and they're like, "Hey, what's this? I want to get involved in this as well." And they start seeing like the value in things that you've been using for like the last 3 months, and you know, um, you know, tokens. Even this bear market, coins like Law, right? They hit all time high even today. So as I'm typing this, right, or as I'm talking to you guys right now, Law is at its all time high. And every day it's doing amazing things. It's coming up with new updates, and um, it's an exciting time to be in Smart BCH right now.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, yeah, what's okay? We've talked about farming. We talked about staking right now. So, the NFT space on Smart BCH, on the NFT space, like, what's your take on the NFT space right now?
Yeah. So the NFT space, everyone right now, they're all coming out with their own NFT projects, and we're getting a really competitive space in Smart BCH NFT. So right now, there's a couple of exciting ones. So if I look down through to Oasis, right, we have queens, reapers, cats, tropical monsters, dacky dudes, so many cool things, and of course law punks, and each thing has like something really unique in the roadmap. So like the queens, I don't know if you're familiar with them. They have staking in the roadmap. They have you can take a queen and you can pair it with a king, and
Yeah,
you can create a prince and princesses. The lands can be distributed for these NFTs, and it's just like a whole innovative thing. A new NFT collection that came out a few days ago as well is the Pandaland collection. Also, a really cool and exciting. It's going to be the first. It seems to be the first game that involves NFTs on SmartBCH, and that was
Smart
exciting
BCH,
too.
wow.
As that one's exciting too. So you take your pandas and you make a team of three, and you send them into the wild. They fight monsters, and then they come back bearing panda token, potions, and equipment, and you can sell all these things and earn revenue that way. And it's really cool. And then later on, you'll be able to battle them with other players. So you take your best three, and someone else takes their three, and you can battle them in PvP. And they also have pairing pandas with a male panda with a female panda to create new pandas as well. So that's also in the roadmap. So everyone's always competing with each other. Like, oh, you did this, okay, I have to
Yeah.
include that in my roadmap now, and I'm gonna put something else new. So Lawpunk set the bar.
I love it how they are trying to build NFTs with utilities. Example, not just for the ads, or just at least try to add one or two utilities. Example, like the one you just said, it's gonna be awesome. Like putting the NFTs and having the game, that's cool. Definitely, people will buy the NFTs because of the game. That's also awesome. So yeah, so and right now I think we have only Oasis.cash, right? That's one of the marketplace so far in the
Yes.
smart BCH. So I think what people doesn't actually know is, okay, people might try to, because I've seen is it yesterday on Twitter, someone a project they are trying to say they are trying to like bring their whole NFT into smart BCH, and someone was
Hmm.
asking like how can he do that. I think now if people would love to have this information, definitely it will be so awesome, because a lot of some projects are not doing really well, but then if they come to smart BCH, the awesome community and less fees, definitely it's going to thrive. So like for now, how do you do that? So
Right. So right now, Smart BCH, one of the advantages of Smart BCH is that the community is so small and so tight knit. So if you wanted to move a project, an NFT project onto Smart BCH, you only need to know the right people to talk to. So if you go into the Oasis Telegram, you would be introduced to a man named Jay, and then if you communicate with him, he owns the Oasis site, so you can
okay.
talk directly to Jay, and then he would, give you the step-by-step tutorial on how to take your collection and be able to put it on his site, or he would give you the rundown of everything that is necessary. And for people who are creating brand new NFTs and they just want to put it on like no problem, it's no hassle. Right now, Oasis does not offer those features to just take your NFT collection, throw it on. You have to like do some um, you have to know a little.
Work behind the scene.
You have to do some sort of work with Jay and do things behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But I know that there is another NFT marketplace that's coming out very soon too. The next week or two, and that is the Tropical Finance NFT marketplace. And their marketplace is going to make it much easier for people to create their own NFTs and then list it on the site. So I know that people are working on it, and we're still very new to the space. So there's still a lot of work to be done, but slow and steady. It's getting there, and Oasis is getting better over time as well. As of right now, it still might be a little clunky, but every day that goes by, you see improvements to the site, and you see more collections being added, and I'm sure that Jay is working really hard to keep making those improvements, and over time
Yeah,
you'll see
yeah.
the work really start to pay off.
Yeah, okay, that's really amazing, and that's nice to hear. One thing is, I think we just need to, okay, share this kind of information to people out there so that they get to know more about smart BCAs. You understand? Because a lot of people, this is what people need. Like, people don't need the high fees. You understand? People need something that will just work best for them, and smart BCH works. So yeah, we need to put yeah, I can see. I think for what can you say about the new is it Tango? I think they made something like the smart aggregator. So I saw it on Twitter this morning. So what's it about?
Yeah, the aggregator on
Yeah,
Tango Swap.
Tango Swap. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I talked a little bit about this earlier, but it's the smart aggregator that you have on TangleSwap. You can even check it out if you go to it right now, and then we can even link to it. But it's really cool. All right, I'm gonna just put it on the screen for everyone to see. Okay. So yeah, you can see this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So yeah, this is cool Smart Swap tab on the TangleSwap thing now. So normally we just had the Swap tab. Now they included the
Yeah.
Smart Swap tab,
Smart swap.
and this allows you to take the liquidity that is on every single DEX, and it gives you the best rate. So for instance, Tango doesn't really have any loss. So if you go to the Swap tab and you were to say, I want to buy 100 BCH of law, they only have 8,000 law on the entire as liquidity on their exchange. So you wouldn't be able to exchange 100 law on here. But if we go to the Smart Swap tab, right, and we say, hey, I want 100 law, it's like, there you go. Now 100 BCH. It's like, now we have 37,000 law. You see the difference? Over here, we would have given us only 8,000 law. When we go to the Smart Swap tab, it takes the liquidity from exchanges that already have the law on them. So this is taking it from BenSwap, because BenSwap has the law liquidity. So over here, you'll see that the payout is much larger. You get, for 100 BCH, is paying you 37,000 law instead of 8,000.
Yeah.
And so whichever exchange on SmartBCH has the most liquidity, this will utilize that liquidity and give you the best rates. So it's really exciting. So you no longer have to go on marketcap.cash and see, hey, where's the liquidity for MIS? Where's the liquidity for law? For a particular token? You can go straight to the aggregator and it'll do it for you, and you don't have to worry about accidentally overpaying for something because you went onto a DEX that didn't have the right liquidity amounts for it. So this saves you a lot of trouble and a lot of money as well. So it's a really cool feature, and I hope that the other dexes also end up utilizing it. Maybe like MissSwap will add in the future or something. But it's really cool that TangleSwap has it right now, so everyone's utilizing it. And the fees go to the ex-Tango holders as well. So people who are holding their Tango token are benefiting from it right now as well.
Yeah, that's really amazing, and that's really cool. So back to the bridges. Definitely, if you have BCH, you need a bridge right now. So, and yeah, I think we have a few bridges which are working perfectly fine. I've used the one for CoinFlex, and yeah, the one I've used most is Hop.Cash. Can we just do a brief explanation on the bridges so that
yes,
we catch up on everything? Yeah.
So currently, SmartBCH technically only has one bridge. It's one centralized bridge, which is a CoinFlex bridge. But there are some other bridges that utilize CoinFlex. So Hop.Cash is one example, and it's also my favorite bridge as well because it's just so easy, right? And right now you saw MIS partnered with Hop.Cash yesterday, and they ended up bringing their own bridge to BCH to SmartBCH yesterday. So right now the SmartBCH ecosystem is very reliant on this CoinFlex bridge, and it's not until May that we are going to get a really decentralized bridge, the Shawgate bridge, onto the SmartBCH network, which will allow everyone to move their funds freely and without fear of a centralized entity like CoinFlex going down and losing all your funds. And that's the real fear on SmartBCH right now. So it's the reason why a lot of BitcoinCash users have not yet moved over funds onto the SmartBCH network, is because there is that fear of that one centralized bridge, which is CoinFlex. And with every single bridge that follows it, like the Hop.Cash bridge, and some of the other ones, they all have to go through that one point. So if something happens to CoinFlex, you're going to see that Hop.Cash no longer works. But as of right now, it's such a good bridge. It's really fast. and I highly recommend whoever comes onto SmartBCH utilize it. And right now you have a second option because as of yesterday, MissSwap came out with
Miss
the
Swap, yeah.
they came out with the bridge as well, utilizing Hop.cash, and you can now move funds over onto SmartBCH directly from other chains. So like Ethereum, you can convert your Ethereum to SmartBCH. You can convert your Solana to SmartBCH, Matic to SmartBCH. So it's a really exciting new bridge. It only came out hours ago,
Yeah.
about like six hours ago. So brand new change, and it's a massive one. A very welcomed.
See that's amazing because whatever crypto you have right now, you can be able to just bring it over to Smart BC, which is cool.
Absolutely, and it's utilizing the Hop.cash bridge, so it's extremely easy, and it's very fast as well. I've tried it myself, and it's really really awesome.
Okay, that's great. So, guys, we have been talking with Blake here. So, this is just a very short AMA on the Smart BCH, and we have talked about the staking, the farming. I think which most of these things we will definitely go in details. So, I think someone has a question from the audience. Let me. Okay, do you know if there is or going to be a music NFT platform for Smart BCH? I think someone asked this question. Christina.
Yeah, so of course I believe that in the future there will be music NFT platform. Right now it's still so early. We're still the
Yeah,
developers have so much that they want to build onto Smart BCH. So as of right now, you don't have this music NFT platform. Perhaps you can build one though. Perhaps you could be the first one and take charge and build.
to bring, yeah,
Yeah, there is so much opportunity
to
right
bring
now.
music.
There's so much opportunity right now for developers to create real utility in the space, and people love to see this chance. They have this chance right now in Smart BCH to build things and bring over things that work from other chains onto the Smart BCH network. So right now, no, we don't have the music NFT platform in the works. Not that I know of. Maybe tomorrow, I'll crypto changes so quickly. Maybe tomorrow I'll see that somebody has been working on it the whole time,
Yeah.
and it comes out of nowhere. But as of right now, I haven't heard anything of that. Um, but I'm sure, of course, it will come over time. It's just people have to build, and they're all working on their own unique projects right now.
Okay, that's really cool and also amazing. So, I don't know if the audience, if you have any question, please you can unmute your mic and ask. So if you have any question, please you can ask Blake. He's here. He has been in the he has been playing around the Smart BCH, platforms, and it's cool. So,
I mean, another cool new product that's coming
I've been
out.
telling people, okay, yeah, who's speaking?
Another cool new product that's coming out in a couple of days is
Yeah,
it's a DeFi 2.0 protocol that's forked over from Olympus DAO. It's a token on a different chain, and it's a different play on how dexes work. So um, we haven't had anything like this on Smart BCH yet. So it's new to a lot of people, including myself. I haven't been able to utilize these projects on other chains. So right now we're getting an Olympus DAO clone, and what it allow the protocol to do is the team ends up managing a whole bunch of liquidity. And if you want to get this new token, which is going to be a Goblin token, that's what's going to be the new name on Smart BCH.
yeah.
In order to get this token, you have to give the protocol liquidity. So you don't buy it like you would a normal token. You have to give it something so that it has reserves in its bank. So it's creating tokens based on a backing that you give it. So you give it liquidity, for instance, Law BCH or Miss BCH, and it will give you their token, their native token, and then you can take this token and you can stake it. And they take your liquidity and put it into like their war chest, right? So it stays in this chest and it acts as a backing for their token. And there's a lot of cool things that can happen in the space with this. We're going to see how this affects everything, but there's a lot of cool new opportunities in the DeFi 2.0 space. And right now we're just getting a taste of it. It's coming up in 3 days, and you'll see that the space transforms even more and more over time. So it's really cool that we're seeing these innovations happen live, and it's the space changes so quickly all the time. So
It's amazing because I can remember the market cap that cash was just 20. Is a few months ago was just like 20 tokens over there. But right now
oh
I think
yeah,
it's over 70, I guess. Yeah,
it's over
70
70
tokens over
now.
there.
Yeah.
70. So you see, like a lot of people are trying to build stuffs, and then more tokens are coming up in the market place. So that's good. I think. Right now there are over 70 projects so far, which most of them are doing good. Despite the fact that the whole crypto market is somehow right now, but then most of the projects on the smart
hmm
BCH, you can see they're still doing great.
And what's important to know is that this is happening over the course of just a couple of months. So I mean, if
Yeah, yeah.
we're talking about back in September, there was no market cap cash yet. We were talking about we
Oh
only had
yeah,
one
yeah.
project on Smart BCH, and then October comes around and we have market cap cash, and we have the first five
Yes.
projects, first 10 projects listed on it, and we're like, wow, we
Yeah.
have 10 whole projects on Smart BCH, and within 2 more months we have 70 listed on marketcap.cash, and it's growing, fast now every day. And it's getting hard to list on marketcap.cash. They're much stricter on dexes as well, so it takes longer for these things to list on marketcap.cash. They start doing their diligence, making sure that the projects are safe and legit before they put them on the website.
Okay, that's really cool. That's really amazing. So yeah, before I think last take on the NFTs. So yeah, some people actually, a lot of people have been asking. Yeah, we have seen the law punks. I think you have also sold your NFT for I think 10 BCH. This is also a record, first of its kind on the smart BCH. So like now, can you just give us like more on how do one do the whole flipping? You buy the NFT, then you put it for sale. Yeah, we all know how everything works, but then can you just like tell us more about the buying and selling of them? So, so for those who want to maybe engage in all those flipping on the smart BCH NFTs.
Yeah, so I love the NFT market and flipping. It's something I've been doing it since I've been little. I used to just go on to my favorite video game, and I would buy things off the market board, and then I would resell them and flip them. And that used to be what I used to love doing. It used to be my favorite pastime. And then here comes crypto, enter Smart BCH, and you're able to do something extremely similar with NFT. So I saw that BlockNG came out with an incredible marketplace. It's so fun. You can filter anything and search for specific traits and things that you want. So I saw this platform come out, and at the time I wanted to have the most rare NFTs, and so I was put onto the platform by one of the community members named Kane, and he showed me the law punks, and I ended up minting 3 NFTs because I didn't believe them at the time. I didn't believe in NFTs. It seems a
Oh,
little it seemed a little ridiculous to me because I was like,
yeah,
what am I paying for pixels for? And yeah, and I still thought they were expensive at the time too because 0.01 BCH at the time. I was like, I don't know. I mean, $6 for a pixel, like I could draw that. Um, but I minted 3 of them, and then I was like, all right. It started feeling good. Like I was like, all right, I minted 3. They weren't very rare, so I started doing some math in my head. I was like, what would it take for me to get like the rarest one? And I was like, well, I could pay like 30 BCH and maybe mint the rest of these and get the rest and get some of the specials, or I can go see how much Kane is selling his special for and just buy it straight from him. So I went to him and I was like, hey, how much for this special? He sold to me for 6 BCH, which at the time was ridiculous because they were minting for $6, and I was paying $3,600 for an NFT. And as soon as I paid for this, it started going wild on every single social media platform. People were saying, "Hey, this NFT just sold for $3,600," and
yeah.
the rest of the NFTs got sold in a day. And
So that's
and
amazing.
that's when the marketplace trading really started. So if you go onto a specific Telegram group for law punks, it tells you the real time trades happening for law punks. So you can go, everyone can find that Telegram channel, look at the trades, and you can see as soon as somebody lists anything on the marketplace, it will pop up on your Telegram feed. So I would spend, hours of my day, or I would have the screen literally on one of my monitors. So I have a couple monitors here. I would keep it up constantly on one monitor. Anytime someone listed any sort of NFT, I can see it. And people, they of course, it's just like anything, right? Anything else, right? You can see when people price things low. You can see when people price things high, and you can take advantage and flip them. So some of my notable trades, people always refer to me like when they say, "Hey, Blake was that guy. He bought a mummy for $12 and he flipped it an hour later for $6,000. So he turned $12 to $6,000 in an hour." Or like, and there's opportunities like that pop up like all the time, because some people they misprice their NFTs and they don't see, or they've been away from the game for a long time. They're like, oh, I bought this for $6. Can I sell it for 12 right now? They sell it for 12 and they don't realize they're holding like a $10,000 NFT. So always looking at the market board. So looking at BlockNG, the marketplace, seeing if there's any low powered any high powered punks for low price, and then seeing the opportunity and like flipping. It's really about just getting to know the community, the space. So if you involve yourself with these NFTs, you'll start learning the pricing for them, and you'll see that like
like the reapers. I came to understand they are the ones. There are some ones which are called like the specials, who have specials, the reapers among them. So
yes,
these specials have more price and have more value than the normal ones.
yes. So, and it's not even just the looks or the power. Sometimes it's just it could be something as simple as a number. Anything that you think gives some sort of rarity to the NFT, it usually does affect the price as well. People they love going. They go into Telegram chats and like, hey, does the number affect price? Like, does the number matter? Look, if you're asking the question, if you have to ask that question, that means in your head you're thinking that might be something that affects rarity, and that means other people are thinking it as well. And so it does affect. It is something that you have to take into account. You're like, yeah, it does matter. Yeah, the low number does matter. So Reapers, right? 666 was the number that they were. It was a special number because it's with Reapers, right? So people were thinking, oh, that's going to be a special number. That's going to be a good one for Reapers. Let's try to get that one. And somebody ended up getting it. It turned out to also be a special on top of being a good number. And the guy minted it for 0.05 BCH. And within the day, it sold for 25 BCH. He put it up. He put it up very quickly, and it sold. Yeah, and I don't even think it was the highest sale. I believe that the highest sale is 32 BCH. I don't even know which NFT it was, but I saw somebody told me in the Telegram chats that one of the Reapers sold for 32 as well. And
that's good. I think someone should just try to stick to the Telegram groups. Do you understand? Try to study those NFTs to check, okay, what's going on with this NFT, then okay, what's so special about this, then how are the communities trying to do this, so he or she can be able to see how he can mint them on time, sometimes flip them. That's cool. Because like example, the Reapers, I saw the notification about okay, it's going to start minting, but it was late night, so I was sleeping. When I woke up in the morning, I've seen it has already been minted. I was like, okay, wow, that's crazy. That's very fast.
Yeah, no, these NFTs they're almost like a job. You kind of have to be on top of those, and people, they wake up, they set up alarm clocks for these NFT mints, and if you think that SmartBCH mints are competitive, these other chains are even crazy when they have millions of users all fighting for these NFTs. You can wake up at the time of mint and you still won't get an NFT. These a bot will probably come in and snatch all of them or something. On SmartBCH, you actually have the opportunity to wake up, set your alarm clock. You know that you're going to end up getting some of the NFTs as long as you're there on time. So there's definitely opportunity. That's what I love about it right now, being early on SmartBCH. You see a mint coming out, and then you set your alarm, you go buy some, and it's the mint prices are pretty low at the start, and if you get one rare, you can pay for the entire collection that you end up minting usually. A similar thing happened with the queens. I minted 3 BCH worth of queens only, and I sold one queen, just one out of 100 queens for 10 BCH the next day. So I that was already a 7 BCH profit on just one queen. I paid back the entire all my 100 queens that I minted for 3 BCH. I made the whole thing back plus 7 BCH, and then I still have 100 queens left to sell. So, and I think that's what everyone is excited about with these NFTs. They see that there is a demand for them and potential, and the roadmaps for them are so exciting. So even if you don't sell them, you hold on to them, which I'm holding on to most of my NFTs right now. There's exciting roadmaps for them later, because then you can stake them and you can breed them. You could do a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that's really amazing. That's nice to hear. So, guys, we're still here. If you have any questions, you guys can unmute your mic and ask Blake. So, yeah.
Hello,
And yes, okay, yeah, hello. Please.
this is Abdulaziz.
Okay, Abdulaziz.
It was nice this time walk through to the NFT script on the journey. Please, like how much would someone need to start minting the NFTs? Like,
So the mint prices vary, but so far the most expensive mint that has ever been released is only point one BCH, so roughly $29 is the most expensive, and they are as cheap as less than .01 BCH, so it could be as low as $2 to mint an NFT. So like Kato's, for instance, the mint price is below .01 BCH. So some NFTs like those would only cost $2 to mint. And I know, for instance, somebody minted pandas yesterday. They minted 3 of them. Somebody with, relatively, they didn't have too much money to burn. They just wanted to mint 3. And he ended up minting a rare panda. I bought the panda from him for 3 BCH. He only spent .3 on the 3 pandas. So he spent roughly $90 on panda, and I paid him $860 for one of them.
No,
Which I thought was a good deal, by the way, because I think that panda can be worth a lot more. But yeah, there's a lot of opportunity there.
yeah, okay. I think this is a question by Christina. Yeah, I think there's a Telegram group. How about let me drop a link to the BCH and your Telegram group. Then you can follow me. I will send you a link to learn more about building on the Smart BCH. Yeah. So she's asking, is there a lending or borrowing platform, for the Smart BCH or BCH?
So
Yes. How?
that's one thing that we are still currently missing on Smart BCH, but it's something that everyone is looking forward to. And a reason why Mist is popular right now, because they are the ones that are working on the lending and borrowing platform,
Borrowing.
and they're supposedly very, very close to releasing as well. It could release any day now, and that's what people are really excited about. So the last time that they hinted that they might be releasing it, the price of Mist ended up going more than 2x, because people are so excited about that lending platform. So it is something that we are looking forward to. That's something that we do not have as of yet, but people are working on it, and the one that is being done by Mist is the one that I'm more excited about, and the one that is more well known, that we're all looking forward to.
Okay, that's great. So I think, okay,
Uh,
yeah, precious. Okay.
yeah. My question goes this way. Um, does it require any technical knowledge to be able to list a collection? Like, um, let's say I'm an artist and I have a collection of some crazy NFTs, but does it require any technical knowledge to get them listed or like listed on OASIS and every other market?
So SmartBCH works just like Ethereum. It's an EVM. So if you know how to work around Ethereum protocols, then you can easily work around SmartBCH as well. For instance, it does take some technical knowledge though. So for instance, I cannot do it. I have no technical knowledge on the matter. So I would have to go and recruit help from, a developer on SmartBCH who understands it more. So I would maybe talk to Josh or someone and be like, hey, help me. And that's what happened with Josh as well when he was releasing the Reapers, right? He knew the technical how, and he found someone who knew the artistic how. So somebody drew the Reapers, and then he was like, I'm going to do all the technical work to get it onto Oasis and everything.
Yeah, I think for now, like the Smart BCH marketplaces is not like let's see OpenSea where you just everything is
Yeah,
there.
it's not like that yet. We haven't reached that point yet. It's still too early, but it is coming, and it's all under works right now, and everyone's working day and night to get all these features out to the public and get BCH users up to date and caught up to all these other chains.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Christine, I think I just dropped the Telegram group in the chat section. So, yeah, any question again before it's almost 4 o'clock here. So if there's no question, I think, Blake, it's nice having you. I think
Okay.
we will do this again. We'll do this again sometime. So it's nice having you, and yeah, it's great. I can't wait to see the more builds happening on Smart BCH. Every day, because every day new things are coming into the ecosystem, and which is also great. So it's an amazing chat. Okay. Yeah, so we are very happy to have you as well here.
I'm glad to be here.
Okay, thank you very much. So guys, bye.
Okay. See you guys later. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.